Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to start where we left last time. Now, we already have the password for our level 13 here. So now what we want to do is, as you can see here on between level 13 and 14 is saying the password for the next level is stored in a directory stc bandit pass bandit 14 and can only be read by users bandit 14. For this level, you don't get the next password, but you get a private SSH key that can be used to log into the next level. And we are going to need to log into our local host and is the host name that refers to the machine you are working on, okay? So now here, let's see what we have. We do ls and then now we see that our SSH private key is right here. And then now to be able to log into our local host, let's try something. Let's go ahead and then open a new terminal. And as we have a new terminal here, let's make a directory. Let's see. Let's make a directory, name it bandit 14. Okay, so now let's see what we have. There you go, we have bandit 14. So now let's go ahead and do bandit 14 as you can see. So let me clear here. We are inside of bandit 14, okay, which is the directory that I just created. So now let's try to copy this one right here. And to copy this one, let's try to run this command right here. Okay, so now the command will be scp. I already ran it earlier, but let's see. There is something that I need to change. It's gonna be this one. It's gonna be p. It's gonna be bandit.labs. It's gonna be bandit.labs. And then so okay, this is the command that we're gonna run. It's going to be, we're gonna copy this one right here. The port is gonna be 2220. Where and then you add bandit 13, add bandit.labs, OverTheWire, and then now we're gonna copy this private key that we have here into here, and then now when we do enter. Okay, and as you do enter, it's gonna ask you, it's gonna say connection reset by 16 and then connection reset by peer. Okay, now let's see if it's copy right here. Let's see, looks like it didn't come through, but let me clear and then see what we have. Nothing, so it did not copy. Okay, let me clear here again and try to run it again. So it's gonna be S. There you go. Let me see what I'm missing here. Okay, the private 2022. Make sure that I write it correctly. Bandit 13 at bandit.lab.overthewire.org. SSH key private enter. There you go. So now looks like it works here. So now what you want to do, you make sure to have the password for the level 13. We will need that password. And I already had that password written somewhere. And I'm just gonna copy that password. Let's see. I'm gonna copy that password, copy, and then here and to enter. There you go. As you can see, the private key is already copied here into this directory that I just created into my local. So let me explain again what I did. I did create on my local, which is the Kali Linux. I went ahead and create a directory called bandit 14. And after finishing create the bandit 14 there, I went ahead and then copy this SSH, this private key that we have into our level 13. I copied this one right here and then paste it here inside of this directory that I created. And this is the command that I ran. This is the command right here. So after you run the command, it will ask you the password of level 13. And I hope you have all these passwords saved somewhere. So I went to my note and then copied the password of level 13 and then paste it. When I paste it, and then now, as you can see, I have this private key is right here. Okay, now that we have this private copy here, let's make sure that we have it there. There you go. And then now let's double check the permission, and then we will understand exactly what permission do we have. And as you can see, this is the permission that we have so far. So now let's change the permission of these, and then it's gonna be change more and 600 and SSH key, no SSH key, SSH private. So I'm just changing the permission just to allow the owner of this file to be able to read and write, okay? So now we do enter, and then now I'll give it a new permission. And now let's double check the new permission that we have. Now let's use this command to, let me clear here. It's going to be clear, and then let's use this command to try to connect to this new with the SSH key the private key that we have here, okay? And to do that, this is the command that we need, SSH, and it's gonna be right here, SSH key private, okay? Type private space bandit 14 at bandit.labs.overthewire.org, the port 2220. Okay, looks like we have the comment here, but if it works, we shouldn't need a password to get inside of level 14. So now let's click on enter and let's see what we have. Let's see, there you go. As you can see, we are inside of level 14. So now that one works. Let's clear here. So now we are inside of our level 14 here in our local, inside of the bandit itself command line. So we are here inside of our local host that we be able to log into level 14. All right, so from here now, what we want to do, let's try to get inside of these right here. So let's do copy and let's come here, do CD and let's paste it here, see what we have. Do enter. Now we are inside. Let's see exactly what we got inside. There you go. So this is what we have inside. All right, as you can see, we have all the bandit level here, but we don't need this one. Let's do ls L to have more information right here. Okay, so now as you can see, we have everything right here, kind of the same, but this is more information, okay? So now what we want to do, we want to make sure to know, let's say, there you go. You are bandit 14, that's what we're using. So now let's try to get inside of this bandit 14. So let me copy, and then here, let me do CD, and then paste it here and see what we have. Okay, so by CD bandit, not a directory. Okay, it's not a directory. Instead of CD, try to get inside because it's not directory. Let's try is right. The bandit 40 is not a directory, so we cannot get inside of the directory, but we can just cat the bandit 14 and then see what we have. Press enter. There you go. So this is the password that we were looking for. All right, as you can see, this is the password for the next level, which is going to be level 14, level 15. So now let me copy this password and then save into my notes and then move into the next one. Okay, now we can go ahead and then clear here because we already have our password. Okay. All right. Now that we are here into level 14, 15, and here it said the password for the next level can be retrieved by submitting the password of the current level to port 30,000 on localhost. And the command that you may need to solve this level is going to be SSH, telnet, NC, netcat, OpenSSL, sclan, and nmap. Okay, so now we already here inside of our level 14. Let's go ahead and start figure out how to get this password. So now here, I'm going to use the telnet. And telnet is like a command line that will help us to exchange data into our server. So now that's what I'm going to use. So I'm going to use telnet, connect with my local host and on port 30,000. Okay, 1, 3. That's what I'm going to use here. So as we're trying to connect to this local host, let's do enter, and then it's trying to connect right now. As you can see, the connection is going as it's trying to connect. Now we're going to wait and see what we have from there. Now you're going to provide the password for level 14. Okay, and when you provide the password, do enter. There you go. Now it gives you the correct password. So this is the password that we need. That is going to be for the password of our level 15. Okay, now that we have level 15, let's go ahead and exit here. Let's clear the terminal. Let's do enter. And this is our password right here. Let's do enter. There you go. We are inside of level 15. Now let's clear. And then now let's see here 15 and 16 what it said. Okay, now that we are inside here level 15, let's read the level goal that we have. It said the password for the next level can be retrieved by submitting the password of the current level to port 30,001 okay, on localhost using SSL encryption. Helpful node getting done. Okay, so this is the command line that you may need for this level, which is SSH, telnet, netcat, NC netcat, and okay, now let's try to figure out this right here. Okay, now here we're going to start with using this command line, the open of this one right here, the open SSL. So it's basically a command line that you can use when it comes to when you need to get involved into different cryptographic function. Okay, so now that's the reason why we are going to use this one right here. And those cryptography function include like SSL and TLS, as you can see is here. SSL and TLS. So, and as we have the open SSL here, so now we're going to use the S5 client. And then now that we have these two, we're going to add the connect, just showing that we are connecting with SSL, with the S client and open SSL. Okay, and the local is going to be our local host. And as you can see here, it already tell us the port that we need, which is going to be, let's see, so it's going to be that. Okay, so hold on, I'm missing something. There you go. and then you click enter. And as you can see here, you're gonna paste the password that you have. There you go. And as you can see, it already provide us the password for the next level. So we're just gonna copy this password, and then now we can go ahead and then clear, and let's go to level 16, 17, see what we have. All right, now we're gonna stop here into level 16, and then on our coming video, we are going to start from here. We are going to try to enter level 17 and go from there. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys into my next video.